6:47 this Wednesday in your morning Sunrise Smart Start. More reaction right now to President Joe Biden giving his second State of the Union address last night to a joint session of Congress. He says he's ready to work with Republicans over the next 2 years to tackle challenges facing this country. He talked about policing, public safety, and the economy. But local New York Republican Congresswoman Claudia Tenney, who represents the 24th Congressional District, responded to his address. Tenney says she's disappointed the president did not touch on a number of things, going into more specifics like the border crisis, soaring utility costs, and how small businesses are faring with the state of the economy.
He kept talking about, these corporations that aren't paying their fair share, and never talked about small business owners, which is most of my district. 95% of the job creators in my district are small business owners who are suffering from inflation, supply chain, energy costs, and really just didn't speak to those people.
Also responding from the other side of the aisle, Democratic Congressman Joe Morelle, representing New York's 25th, covering people here in Monroe County. He says we know of families all across the country are struggling. That's why my colleagues and I have been working to deliver on issues that matter to them, particularly successful efforts to lower the price of prescription drugs and to bolster veterans' health care services, along with strengthening the future of our manufacturing sector of the economy. Casey Vogel, an officer with Greece Police, is suing the department and the town, claiming he's been retaliated against for being a whistleblower after asking the DA's office to investigate former Chief Drew Forsyth after his drunk driving crash in 2021. Forsyth later pleaded guilty to DWAI and leaving the scene of a crash where there was property damage. The lawsuit states Vogel, deputy chief at that time, was illegally demoted 4 ranks and had his pay cut by about 1/3. He's looking to have reinstatement and to have some back wages. The details of that lawsuit posted on RochesterFirst.com. Concerning news here, a new warning for people in western New York. This region, as of late, is seeing a spike in drug overdoses tied to a more lethal strain of heroin. Our very own Jatira Marsh joins us now in the studio with what we're hearing from troopers. Jatira.
This new development is affecting parts of Genesee County like Batavia. Troopers say one way to start off by addressing the issue is by alerting the public. Trooper Jim O'Callahan with the New York State Police Department says in the past 12 days, there's been 94 reported overdoses in western New York. 6 of those were fatal. Now some of these areas are more rural, so medical response times are a concern. They're mostly regions west of Monroe County, but a strain he's worried about could certainly make its way to the Rochester region. O'Callahan says a lot of areas affected right now are in rural parts of the state.
We want people to know that if a narcotic is being used and the response time is longer in those areas, there's a greater chance of being killed by that drug.
The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says there's no current uptick in overdoses here, but deputies are increasing awareness and have even created a new online dashboard to track overdoses. Brennan, back to you.
That's some of the help there. Thank you, Jatira. More support available. You can reach out to the State Office of Addiction Services to find some help. You can also just text the Hope line from where you are right now. That is 467-369. You can share that with loved ones or relatives, friends, anyone struggling with opioid use. We've got the details on RochesterFirst.com. Turning to what is a dire situation still unfolding in Turkey and Syria. The death toll we've just learned is more than 11,000 after the 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit early Monday. The updates continue to come in as rescue efforts go on and bodies are recovered from the rubble. The damage is widespread. Falling temperatures as well, complicating the access and aid efforts. The president of Turkey has declared a state of emergency that will last for the next 3 months. Here in Monroe County, officials have released a number of ways you can support those affected by the quake. Items needed right now: non-prescription medication, diapers, dry baby formula, winter socks, gloves, hats, scarves, and coats as well. You can drop those off at local DMVs, Jefferson Road in Henrietta, Titus Avenue in Irondequoit, on Rochester's branch at East Main Street, and at the mall at Greece Ridge. Donations will be sent off Friday. We've got a link to a GoFundMe account as well posted on our website. Let's take you now to Greece, where amid an increase in car thefts, police say they are teaming up with a car company to give away free steering wheel locks. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office did a similar giveaway about a week ago. So who's covered here in Greece? You have to live in the town. You must own a Hyundai from 2010 to 2020. Those are the models. The locks are in very limited supply. They'll start handing those out today from 9 to 3 for those eligible. You can pick them up there at the police department. Let's get another check of your weather as you get ready to head out and bring in James Gilbert. 37. How about that? 36 at the airport.
Yeah, really not too bad of a stroll outside if we got to get out first thing and take a nice light walk. A mild air, we'll call it. Winds out of the southwest. That should push that mid-30s up into the mid-40s this afternoon with just a partial clearing. So I think we get some late day sunset just a few moments after 5:31. That's really getting later and later. We'll take a look at the bus stop forecast as well as your extended forecast. A quick chat about the weekend coming up at the end of the show. Brennan.
Yeah, some changes to come. Thank you, James. Another look outside at your sunrise traffic report. Everything, again, doing just okay. Thumbs up for that. No new accidents to pass along. We'll have another update coming up at about 7:26. For the first time, we are getting some more answers as to what really happened to the health of Kim Pegula, whose family owns the Sabres and the Bills. We know more about her condition directly from the words of Kim's daughter, tennis star Jessica Pegula, who wrote a gut-wrenching story sharing her experience. It was in an essay for the Players Tribune. Pegula says her mother went into cardiac arrest last June, and she credits her sister for saving Kim's life by performing CPR. To this day, she says her mother is still recovering, slowly making improvements. She added, while there is a bit of progress, the family at this point simply does not know where the mother will end up with health-wise. To read Jesse's essay, you need to go read it just to get some more insight on this. It's posted on rochesterfirst.com. We're getting a fresh look from city officials about the upcoming spring internship program with RCSD and RPD as well. The Deputy Chief of Community Affairs, Keith Stith, was appointed by the mayor last summer, having recently served as Chief of Detectives in Hudson County, New Jersey, at the prosecutor's office, where he says he helped bring about major change. He describes it as leading the country in police reform. Stith is hoping here to bring those experiences and decades in law enforcement to the internship program that's with middle school kids. So where one may think the term police mainly equals a uniformed officer, he wants you to think of this looking like a lab coat where they can rely on academics. The application process will be competitive. Those applications start going out later this week.
34 degrees, going to play some basketball outside this afternoon. Why not? It's a warm finish. Temperatures get into the 40s, maybe even go to the playground. Should be a decent day for that. Tomorrow, not the same. We've got rain, we've got wind. It'll still be warm. Highs in the lower 50s there, then a bit of a wild ride to finish into the weekend.
Get it done today. Thank you, James, and thank you so much for spending your morning with us for News 8 at Sunrise. We'll see you back here in half an hour. CBS Mornings up next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.